Hi guys, this is gonna be the Capricorn video, most exciting video, because I'm a Capricorn. And real quick, I sell tarot readings and birth chart readings. I will link the information down below, my Depop and Etsy. I use Depop more often, but I'll figure it out. And I really appreciate it if you guys check it out. So dive right in. Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign. Its planet is Saturn. The symbol is the goat or a sea goat. Or mountain goat. I hear all types of shit. And then the glyph is kind of like an N with like a loop at the end. And what did I say? It's the 10th house. So, and the tarot card is the devil. So, let's get into it. So Capricorn, kind of the sign that represents work and hard work. Saturn is a planet of structure and routines and all that not fun stuff. So we just had Sagittarius, which is the fun. It's the sign of fun and adventure. And now we got Capricorn, which is kind of the opposite in a lot of ways. Saturn in many ways is the opposite of Jupiter. It's not technically the opposite. Planets don't oppose each other, but their energies are a little bit like night and day, literally. So we had our fun. Now we have to get serious. So Capricorn's a very serious sign. I think like I'm tying it into Sag because I think they're connected in some way, or maybe it's because I'm like an early Capricorn, so I can see the transition, but so I'm like 4 degrees or something like that. But you know, we just the last 4 signs are the universal signs, so this means that they're the last 4 signs. They're the most like grown-up kind of signs, and they're more world oriented than like self-oriented, which would be all the signs before that, which are tied to the personal planets. And these signs are tied to the outer planets. So they're more like universal, generational kind of people. So that's what Capricorn is. It's a universal sign. I think when we enter the universal at Sagittarius, it's like we just see the world for the first time. It's like we're in awe and we're exploring and all that. And then Capricorn comes along and it's like, okay, this is fun and all, but somebody needs to take care of the real shit. And Capricorns are very real people. They're very down to earth and serious, like I said. They are very present and aware. They see everything. They are not easily fooled. They're very smart and very logical, more logic-based. They can really have trouble with emotions or just not be very emotional. Now, this is controversial because people are like, stop saying Capricorns aren't emotional. Capricorns have emotions, just like the rest of the people. And stop saying they're emotionless robots, because That's what people say a lot. It's true. Capricorns have emotions like the rest of the people, but Capricorns do not tend to take things very personally and take things to heart and get offended very easily. They are a little bit, they can, I don't know if they lack emotion. I'm a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Mercury, and I cannot tell you. So, I can't tell you. I cannot debunk this for any of you guys, but I think for me, from my experience, it's... I think as an earth sign, I don't like the big drama of things. I'd rather look. Let's take a step back and look at this objectively. It's also my Aquarius, but before we get deep dived into emotion, I have no problem with emotion. Emotion's great. Feel your shit, you know what I mean? But like, I don't think it needs to get blown out of proportion. I like to put things in perspective, I guess. So maybe that's why Capricorns get called unemotional. I don't know. But I kind of want to venture to say not very emotional. It's a bold statement, but I kind of want to venture to say, and I think if people expect Capricorns to break down and just be like sob, you know, constantly, and they expect this out of Capricorn, but it's just not there. And I think people can try to break through a Capricorn, but there's nothing to break through to, you know? They're just, we don't operate that way. Or maybe, I don't know, but like, people think that Capricorns should be like more emotional than they really are, but except for the earth sign, I feel like the earth signs get it. But yeah, they're just not. If you're somebody that likes the displays and the big like movie moments, go for Leo or a Cancer or a Pisces. Don't go for Capricorn because you're not gonna get it. They show their love more through acts of service. They, you know, they'll buy you flowers. I guess that's gift giving, but that too. Capricorns are good at gifts, being like practical people like that. And they're actually very thoughtful and very caring. I think that because they are not like the most emotional naturally, they can kind of lack empathy sometimes and just lack compassion, I guess, more. So I think it's important for Capricorns to try to be compassionate of others. But I think that a healed Capricorn is extremely compassionate of others and like can be very empathetic. And Capricorn is actually like a very spiritual sign. A lot of them will be like atheists and say they don't believe in anything, but the Capricorns that are like more spiritual, they are like a very spiritual. I don't really know how to explain it, but they just have this spiritual calling, I think. They have this like larger purpose in the world, and I think a lot of Capricorns feel this. They feel a spiritual calling type thing. So yeah, they're meant to do big things in the world. They're very capable people. They're often from a young age get very challenged in life, so they'll have a lot of challenges thrown at them, whether it's health issues, family issues, friend issues, like death, like anything that really takes a toll on a person, like they'll get thrown this stuff left and right, because I believe it's that saying of God gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors, because Capricorns are very capable and very strong and very hardworking, and I think that they get thrown these challenges because they can handle them, and they are survivors at their core, and they can get through it. And I think it's almost to prove to themselves how capable they are, because Capricorns can suffer from a very low self-esteem, and have a very intense like fear of failure, because Capricorns don't inherently know how to love themselves. They actually operate at an early age from a place of self-hatred, I think. And the reason they work so hard sometimes is to find fulfillment, and they kind of like try to find fulfillment in their work, and they think that achievement is what's going to make them happy, but really it is like the unconditional love, and they might find that they're just very unhappy until they learn to love themselves. So it is a sign associated with depression, and it's associated with the depression, because I think, as someone who I've been depressed my entire life, I'll get personal, and I've struggled in and out with depression since I was a kid. And I think that my perspective is that when people who are depressed, a lot of times it's because they're just seeing the world for exactly what it is, the reality, because the reality is harsh, and I think sometimes to be happy, we need to shut our blinders off a little bit, and I think a lot of people do, and that's how they maintain happiness. I think a lot more people are depressed nowadays because the blinders are coming off, and we can't shut it off, and I think after COVID, like, I'm getting off track now, excuse me, this is my ADD rambles, but I think that to people who are depressed, like, they're oftentimes it's because they cannot shut those blinders off, and I don't think there's anything wrong with putting those blinders on. I think that it's a great way to go through life and be happy and not have to look at everything, but Capricorns just don't feel like they can do that. They feel responsible for everything. They are very responsible people. Like, you can count on a Capricorn to get things done. They're huge planners. They're very good with plans. They're very good at planning and coming up with a practical plan. So they are ambitious, but they also have a practical plan. The struggle for Capricorn is they may not be innovative unless they got a lot of Aquarius, but they might get like stuck in the mud and very stubborn, which is another contributor to their sadness, is that they will not like give in sometimes. So unless they got Aquarius, in which case, that brings a level of innovation to their personality. But yeah, they can get stuck in the mud, very stubborn, very slow moving people. They're not ones to just like move on really quickly. They do hold on. So yeah, but they're very achievement based and very successful people. You'll find like Capricorns are usually of high status. Status matters to a Capricorn. Brands matter to a Capricorn because it's quality, not because the brand. Not like, I can speak for myself, like, as a Capricorn, I detest like those brand, I'm not gonna call any of them out, but where they just slap the name on and then raise the price like thousands of dollars, and people buy it for the name. Like, that's not what a Capricorn is. They're not buying it for the name, they're buying it for the quality, and they know that you get what you paid for in life in every way, and they're willing to pay more for higher quality, and that goes for money, and that goes for their time, and that goes for work. They're willing to invest more to get the better thing. They like being the best, and they like quality. Quality is important to them. So, and just like status and prestige, and they love to have money. I can't believe it's taken me this long to mention. Big sign when it comes to money, probably the best with money out of everyone else in the zodiac. They just have that brain. They have the brain of a corporation. They have the brain of big business brain. They give big business brain energy. So yeah. They can be like manipulative though, and like controlling. So that's a big lesson for Capricorn, is let go of the need to control and manipulate people. The Capricorn that loves themselves is not to be messed with. But it takes a lot for Capricorn to land on the journey of self-love. So, but the ones who do are like not to be messed with again. So yeah, I think I'm trying to keep these short, so that's all I'm gonna say. I have so much to say about Capricorn. It's my sign. Like, I do so much. I don't know what word I'm trying to say, like consuming of Capricorn information, but I do hope to continue this series, but we'll see. It's Mercury retrograde right now, so we'll see how that plan goes. But thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, subscribing, checking out my shops. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.